Ladies and gentlemen, something wonderful is happening. Uh, there's things going on in my life, in my personal life, and changes I'm going through. And I was talking to my sister the other day in Tucson, Arizona, and she says, Zeke, you're not alone. There's something going on. It's commonly referred to as an awakening. Um, I am thinking about metaphors of uh, describing what's happening. I wrote it down: awakening, transforming, as in a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. How about a graduation? A lot of people think of life as a classroom, as a school, and we're getting close to graduating. That's what it feels like. Uh, I want to talk about technology for a moment, the advancement in technology. For one thing, uh, uh, our lives are going to change drastically in the next few years, certainly in the next few decades, because of just the advancement in technology alone. One thing I know for sure, within our lifetimes, we are about to discover the technological answer to longevity, which means we won't have to grow old anymore. I personally am counting on that. We're not gonna. I tell everybody. Some people don't believe it. I tell them that you wait just a few more years, and we'll discover maybe a pill that we will take that will stop us from aging, and no one will die of aging or disease anymore. Certainly, we're developing technology that we can grow body parts, like a liver. If you want a liver, you can create a new one that's made out of your own chromosomes that you can replace. You're like changing parts on a car. When a part breaks down, you can put in a new part. Something to do with telomeres. Also, telomeres are at the end of your chromosomes, and they decay every time the cell divides. And at the point that they're no more, the cells, the chromosomes get corrupted to a point that the cell dies. And we are developing the technology to stop telomeres from decaying, and to grow them back. So I know that the scientists are saying that it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when that we can extend our lives. Other technology, nanotechnology, robotics. We're creating robots smarter and smarter, and it's a matter of time before each one of us has robots at our home doing our vacuuming. Well, we have robotic vacuums doing more advanced things for us. So that's the technological side of what's happening. Just purely because of the technology, we know our lives are going to change drastically in the next 10 years, certainly, right? But there's more to it than the technology. We are changing spiritually. We are evolving. We are awakening individually. Just in my own personal life, the changes are happening. Phenomenal changes are happening. One way I've able to describe what I think is happening is, if you can think of individuals, you and I, and our loved ones, as cells within a body. Our bodies are made up of cells. And if we realize that we're cells, we're part of something greater, and that greater thing that we are parts of is awakening. When we individually, all of us, awaken, that greater entity that we are collectively on this planet is awakening. There's certain guidelines I want to describe about how we should behave going through this. One is a lesson I learned years ago. Keep all processes and mechanisms normal. The way I can describe this is a quote, a koan from Eastern philosophy that says, before enlightenment, chop would carry water. After enlightenment, chop would carry water. Something like that. And I believe, to me, what that means, I've heard stories of people who've gone through tremendous transformations, perhaps taking mind-altering substance. They have an enlightening experience, a phenomenal experience. And then what happens is the solutio, they dissolve away all their beliefs. And what happens is they realize kind of what's happening. They get a glimpse of the light. And this change happens so suddenly for them that they quit their job, they sell the house, they go to the country, to the nature, they go back to nature in the woods and live alone, maybe, and they just make a drastic change in life because of an enlightening experience that they've had. And I personally have learned to avoid this kind of behavior. It doesn't serve to be that way, I have learned. When I have an enlightening experience, I wake up the next day and I go to work and I carry on. That's what that statement means. Keep all processes and mechanisms normal. I behave and think normally, no matter what happens. And I'm kind of proud of myself because of that. That I'm able to process the profound experiences that I have, and not to lose it in that way that I described. Right now I'm in a relationship that I've been in for 2 years. And it's a stable relationship. There's very little drama in it. I have varieties of activities I do that you can call jobs, that I've been doing for around 2 years. And people who know me, who work with me, know that I'm mostly a stable person. I don't do things out of the ordinary. I keep all of my behavior normal and within the bounds of socially acceptable activity. I ask for consent. If anything I want to do is encroaches on anybody, I ask for permission, and people like that. Also, I'm not an impulsive person. I think very carefully about everything I'm about to say and everything I'm about to do. That way, if I get a signal, than I always do, if I'm saying or doing something, contemplating doing something that I feel is in any way inappropriate, I get a signal. I get a clear signal. Zeke, hello, and and once I get that signal, I reconsider. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe I should say this instead, not to offend the person. Maybe I'm violating someone's boundaries. Being sensitive to people's boundaries is something very important. I think going through these changes that we're going through, I think respecting people's boundaries. I think that's the one of the most important things we're learning. Everything we've been through in our lives is intentional to teach us it's preparing us for what's going to happen, and certainly to respect people's boundaries is a I mean, if everybody respected everyone's boundaries, if everybody did for each other what we needed, I mean that's basically it. We wouldn't have any conflict, and that's part of how I imagine it is about what is happening. That there is going to be an end to suffering as we know it. There is going to be an end to conflict. There's going to be an end to scarcity. All of our needs are going to be met. As we learn to give each other what we need. Actualization. I want to talk about actualization. Maslow's pyramid of motivations. You know about this. First, we want to feel safe. We want to have all of our needs met. We're not hungry. We're getting water we need. We're feeling safe. We have a place to live. And then we want to feel loved. We want to feel useful. And then once we have all of these needs met, then we want to actualize, fulfill our potential. And that's the stage we're approaching on a lot of us. And once we get there, we're helping each other to reach this point. All of us to fulfill our destinies and become who we're meant to be, doing what we're meant to be doing, loving who we're meant to be loving. I have here a mind map of things I want to discuss. So one thing just caught my eye about, I'm thinking of varieties of way of describing what's happening, and the first thing I want to say is that there is something happening, right? There's something instead of nothing. You think about right now where you are. Just this concept, there could be nothing at all. There could be no universe, no planet, no people, but there's something instead of nothing. Just that alone makes me happy. It's a reason to celebrate. There's existence. Not only is there existence, we can think about it. We have conscious awareness. We can think about what's going on. We can reflect upon it. We can articulate it. We can talk to each other about what's going on. And we share what's going on with each other. So what is this this entity, this thing that I'm describing? Well, the whole thing, there's something going on. It's all of us. it's greater than all of us put together. All of creation, the whole thing. What is it? What is it? It's all one thing. That's my idea about it. Or a common idea, knowledge we have of it. It's one thing, right? It's all connected. It's one. It's like this humongous, infinite and eternal entity. And the beautiful thing about it, you realize it's us. We are parts of this entity, this mysterious creation. We're it. And we can get knowledge of what it is, not by going to sermons in churches, but by religious masters, listening to teachers. We realize who we are by tapping into ourselves individually, meditating, reflecting upon who am I, what's going on, what am I really, beyond what the roles that society has presented me with, that I'm playing. And that's how we contribute to this awakening, by awakening individually to our true purpose, our true being, connecting to who we are. We have a career, we have a relationship we work on. What are we beyond that? Is there anything to us? I'm certain you get the feeling there's something to us beyond what the stuff that we do and the people we love. There's something more to us than that, right? So one aspect of this life that's very predominant, I was talking about your motivation, is that the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I want to go more into this. Sex. What is sex? Other than procreation, other than the DNA splicing together to make offspring that are perhaps some of them that are similar but different in some ways than the parent, and so pass on the DNA, some of which is more effective than others in surviving, so therefore improving the code, the DNA code, the life form. That's part of it. I don't know, maybe you don't believe in that. That's just a story we're told. And what I'm trying to say, sex is more than that, right? Love, for one thing, it's spiritually, it's the masculine and the feminine. I think celebrating the love for each other, the creation. But for a lot of us, it's a drive. It's a relentless drive. A lot of us want to have sex, right? And I had this, since I was driven by my sexuality so much in the past few years, especially because of experiences I had. I thought deeply about this. What's going on? And I had this image in my mind of being on a chariot and being led by a horse. I put a picture next to me here. That picture came to my mind of a chariot being led by horses, and these horses are our desires, and they're leading us. And I asked a friend of mine, Janet, about this. I said, I want mastery of these horses. If these horses are taking me to places that are dangerous, and I want to control these horses, these desires of mine, so they don't control me. I control them. Says Zeke, no, you don't want to control them. You want to let them go. Let the horses go. Release them. So in my mind, I did that. I imagined I unbuckled the belts or the things holding the horses to the chariot, and I let all the horses that are driving my life loose. And boy, was that a liberating experience for me. At first, I felt very liberated by that. And then for a while, I felt demotivated. Like, so if I'm not going after sex, if I'm not going after money, if I'm not have self-interest like that, that the things that motivate me to do the things that I do, what do? Do I just sit back and enjoy life and just contemplate like a hermit in a cave? That's what happens. That's what people do. That they let go of their desire. That's what like Buddhism is about. There's Buddha's there sitting under a tree, laughing, happy, because he has no care in the world. He has no desire whatsoever. That is truly freedom, having no desire at all. And then what happened was another thing. And the parallel line to that, I asked Janet, well, what do I do if I don't have career needs, I don't have relationship needs, I let these go? What do I do? She said, well, while you're taking care of your career and relation, you don't let them. While you're doing them, you connect with who you are. And the revelation I had after that is just recently is then, if I am not, not my ego, not my personal needs, I let go of them and I tap into who I really am, which is this part, a part of this larger entity, then maybe I should be serving the entity, doing the helping other people. And this is really what's prompted me. This is what my original video was going to be about, and it turned into all this stuff. Is I love helping people. I love so much serving people, making myself useful. It makes me, I'm intrinsically motivated to help people. It's just a pleasure to be of service for me, to help people, and people who know me, who interact with me, know this to be true. It gives me pleasure to help people. And the reason for this, some people say, well, you're a people pleaser. No, people say, closer to that, well, I'd like to be nice to people, so people are nice to me. But more than that, I feel good about myself when I'm helping people. I feel more deserving. And when you feel you're more deserving, what you believe is in actuality what your reality becomes. If I feel I deserve to be abundantly, I deserve abundance and I deserve all the love I can get, then I get it. I get what I want. So it's just so beneficial to have that as a value of that of helping people. I've seen people who misguided in that way, in another way, in people who value like having alpha status. I've seen people whose value, whose self-esteem comes out of having dominance over others, having authority over others, being better than others in some way. And if you know anything about that, having alpha status means you need to hurt somebody to show them that you're dominant over them. Well, you end up hurting yourself that way, because if you hurt other people, you tend to feel guilty, and guilt looks for punishment. And you see people who have lots of well, maybe they have lots of pain in their lives, and that they have arthritis or something. So maybe that's what I want to conclude this video with, is service. That we're here to help each other go through the varieties of stages of Maslow's pyramid of needs, help each other meet our needs, so we reach the point where we actualize, we reach our potential in becoming who we really are, and helping each other do the same, fulfilling our purpose and finding meaning, doing what we're meant to do in the greater scale of things, helping each other celebrate this thing we call creation.